Alright, hello and welcome back, haulers, to Satisfactory. So in the last episode, we got coal up and running, which is awesome. Because that means that we have 200 megawatts of not clean, but usable power for whatever we need to do. Which means that we've got enough to double our current production. Because our current production uses, I believe, 82. So let us head over there and see what we can do to help start cleaning up that area. And, well, actually, no, you know what? I remember last time I discussed logistics will be one that we need to work on. Steel we can save for later, but we want the miner, which would be good. We can go through and upgrade all of them. Is it tier 3? Stackable conveyors is what we need right now. Plus, we'll have the conveyor belt Mark II, which is good. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that one out real quick. Alright, so we can go ahead and hit the button. And it's perfect, because now...
Milestone reached. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation.
Alright, well, so now that makes a huge difference for us, because we can stack conveyor belts, which is awesome. We've got the faster conveyor belt, so we can use that for, like, screws and stuff like that, because this can only carry 60, this is double. So with that, it'll actually be able to handle the 45 production. Well, is it 45 that it outputs? Actually, I hate to sound stupid, it might already be able to handle it. Well, nevertheless, we've got that we can use. Second conveyor lift, which is perfect. We do not have the smart things yet, that's okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to, let me grab some fuel and stuff. We will fuel up the truck first. Whoops. And we're going to head up to the other facility and start working on it. So let's jump on. Don't know where my doggos have gone. They've run off again. But let's head over there and see if we can't clean it up and finish it. So what I want to do is finish up this little area, which is going to produce all of our basic stuff. And then we can move on to building up the new areas. And we still haven't even touched copper yet, so we've got a lot of work to do. But, let's see here. First off, this is the easiest one to finish. What I'm gonna do is shut off power to it for now. So it'll stop producing. Actually, what I'm gonna do is turn this off. So that'll stop going. Then I'll turn on power and let the other piece go so that it can use up the rest of the resources it has. And then shut it down. So the conveyor will then clean this all out. And what we'll end up doing is probably making this much smaller than it is now. If I can put walls here, then I'm going to do that. Yep. Alright, well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this for a little bit and then come back when I get closer to being done so you guys can just see what the final product looks like. Alright, so I think I've got the first one mostly done. It's not the prettiest building in the world, but you know what? It encloses everything kind of how I want it to. So, starting here, power comes in on this side through this little hole here. I know you don't have to do that, but I just like how that looks. It feels better to me than just running it through the wall. And then if you come up here to the entrance, you've got the door in, and then everything here goes out this hole, which will change. There'll be a little merger thing over there. And then you can access everything. Clearly I haven't filled in the roof quite yet, but I haven't had the ability to get there. I might be able to just do it from right down here. Nope. I think I still have to go up one layer or two, just because of how tall that is. So I'll have to climb up there and finish that. But I can go ahead and remove these. But yeah, that is the inside. The inside's meant to look kind of crappy and factory-ish, but then the outside of it looks somewhat okay. And then of course we've got our paint gun, or we've got the ability to get a paint gun, so we can come back later and fix that. But much better than it was before. So I guess the next big one will be getting the iron factory cleaned up. However, with that, I redirected screws to make a bunch of rods, so we gotta fix that first too. Oops. Alright, well I just stuck myself inside a conveyor belt. That was not fun. And then this can just get disconnected. And then reconnected up. So that's back to being just blades. So what'll end up happening is... Well, no, I could do another ramp here. So you know what we need to do actually is shut all this down. What I'm gonna do is... I don't know what I'm gonna do. Actually, now that I think about it. I'm gonna shut the steel operation down real quick. I'm gonna work on this and then come back to you guys when we're closer to being done.
I just don't get you. You fall asleep when I get up. Those friends you run to, they look at me like they're above. This time don't hesitate, run away. Baby, don't lie and say I'm good for you, too good for you. Tell me either way, what's going on with this love, with this love. Drop it any day. What is wrong with this love, with this love? I walk around you, I move along, but you get stuck.
Alright, so I figured out kind of the layout that I want to go with. So over here, you've got this piece here, which that's going to go away. The entrance will be right here, I believe. Or right here in the corner, something like that. I'm not 100% sure yet. I don't necessarily like how it kind of jags off that way, but I mean, I might... I don't know. I might change it so that everything moves over one, but I don't think I can because of the way the land works. So, basically, I discovered if we've got 120 items per minute conveyor, then that means that screws produce 90 per minute, plus 15 rods, plus 15 plates, puts us right at that mark. So all of those, which I've got to change out those conveyors because I forgot, all of those will combine into one here instead of being 3 separate lines, and then we'll head out on the same line into the same storage unit. My goal here is to try and make it so that at the most I've got maybe 3 lines or 2 lines coming out of here. That's only producing 15 per minute, depending on how much copper and cable produce. Hopefully right here will be a merger, and whatever comes out of those will go into that, and then we can have stacked conveyors heading down towards our base over there. But that gives you kind of an idea. I had to move back this one to the wall so that I could fit everything in here, but everything is fit nice and snug, and there's plenty of room to walk around if need be. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is finish this up, and then I will see you guys when I get closer to this being done.
I was lost in a foreign land. Knew where I was, but now where I stand. I left the rain for the desert sand. Went far away to find who I am. I was lost in a foreign land. I was lost in a foreign land. Knew where I was, but now where I stand. I left the rain for the desert sand. Went far away to find who I am. But I still hold on to you, hold on to me, hold on to something I can't see. But I still hold on to you, hold on to me, hold on to something I can't see. When you say I was lost in a foreign land.
Alright, well, so this is what it looks like completely enclosed. Still enough room to access everything as needed, so right now, like, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know which way is on, so whatever. I've got power routed around the back to come out here. This is the entrance for the building. Power comes out right there and runs along here because power lines will run through the center. And then this is the output. So it is a massive building compared to that one, but it is also it also has more in it. But overall, for what it is, I'm happy with how it looks so far. I mean, we are kind of limited on building materials and stuff that we can use to make it look good. I'm kind of frustrated that we don't have, like, it doesn't automatically, like, one thing to do would be to snap, like, where the triangle is, to take this and snap it to that shape. So it just, like, cuts it down so there's not just that random difference. Or give us a wall that looks like that with those three things on it instead of the X's like what are on the inside. And it would be so much nicer. And the ability to place them upside down, because I don't know if you can. I haven't figured that out yet if you can. So if you can, let me know. But before we leave, we just got one thing to fix. That takes care of screws. That takes care of rods, which goes into screws, and then this puts out just rods. And that means that this here puts out 45, or no, puts out 90. So this needs to be one of the bigger belts. For now, I'm going to keep the Mark 1 as the mandatory. Oh, man, okay. So that takes reinforced iron plates. And then... oh, so this is going to be expensive. So now we're to the point where as soon as I get some of these factories up and running, we really need to get iron going. But what I'm going to do is... oh, I disassembled my thing. Where did I put it? I'm going to make some plates and we'll finish that up. Alright, so this should be Mark 2s. So we've got 90 output here, 15 on that side, 15 from that side, which is 120, which will come out here. So, as soon as we get this all powered back up, this factory is done. But what we need to do first is we can disassemble the 3 lines that were coming out of here. Alright, so what I've done is I've taken the storage from over there and moved it over here temporarily. So we've got... that's Mark 1, which is not what I intended to build. I intended to build Mark 2. There we go. So we've got Mark 2 into that. It'll then go up into the top. Do I have this backwards? What direction is that? Should go in and then... yeah, so the arrow is this way. So that belt was wrong. So we got in, up, into this one, into that one, down into this one. And it's all marked to belts or lifts connecting them. So, now what we can do is actually connect everything up to power. Which is this line here. And so, let's go in and monitor, make sure everything is actually starting up, which it isn't. There we go, gotta turn that on. And then we just gotta turn this one on. And hopefully it will start cranking out resources like never seen on this map. Or on this save, I guess. But that means that stone is completely done. And that iron, this whole giant building, is completely done. So the next step will be copper, which will be starting fresh because we have not touched copper. Copper is still just kind of out in this field. As you can see, I just stretched it out way across. So we'll actually build a proper factory there. And what'll probably end up happening is a line will go down through here. And what I'd like to do is a method that's different than probably what most other people do, where it's, I don't want to call it hub and spoke. I think that's the right idea. But basically, power and conveyors back to the main thing will all be connected. So there's going to be a building right here with a merger or splitter or whatever it takes to get each line into this building and heading out on a stack. So everything will get connected in through that one building. Oh yes, look at that. And hopefully we'll be getting a ton of resources. Is this backwards still? Why is that still feeding into there? Oh. Oh, duh. I was looking at the bottom of it. The bottom goes the other way. I'm an idiot. and then it comes down into here. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So this factory should be running about as efficient as it possibly can, excuse me. But that's gonna go ahead and do it for this episode. So yeah, I'm pretty tired. That was a heck of a challenge to climb and get all that stuff put together and done, but I am reasonably happy with how all this stuff came out. And I can't wait to have more options to build with. Woo, lots of lag there. This is the first time I've built a proper big factory, so bear with me as I learn. But yeah, like I said, that's gonna do it. You guys know what to do, like, comment, sub, all of that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.